So, good morning. This is Y. Yashwant Kumar, working as Assistant Professor in Civil Engineering Department at G. Pulla Reddy Engineering College, Kurnool. So, I am going to discuss about the irrigation and drainage systems. So, what is irrigation and what is drainage? Why we need the irrigation for the development of agricultural field? So, these are the points we are going to discuss for the introduction of the irrigation and drainage systems. So, what is the irrigation? Irrigation is nothing but artificial supply of water to the agricultural field. What is artificial? When artificial is needed, so whenever the natural is not there, then only the artificial is needed for the development of anything. So, natural means from where the natural will be occurred through rains. Rains are the natural thing for the development of agricultural field. Whenever the natural rains are not there, then only this irrigation system is used for development of the agricultural field. Here, one of the important point is the natural rains will not be occur throughout the year. So for that purpose only, the irrigation system is implemented to development of the agricultural field throughout the year. So in some periods, the natural water will be there to develop the agricultural field, but in the remaining period, uh, without that is remaining period, the through irrigation system only the agriculture field is developed in the India. So that is the introduction to the irrigation. What is the drainage system? The excess water is removed from the agricultural field. If excess water is present in the agriculture, what happen? The water logging system, that is excess water is present in the agriculture field, the soil and root system will be damaged continuously. Stagnation of water is there in agricultural field, then only the soil system and agriculture root system will be damaged, and some bacteria will be presented. If so many years of so many months or so many days, water will be present in on the soil, on surface or subsurface. So the excess water is removed, surface or subsurface on the land. This is the introduction for the drainage. What is the irrigation system? Irrigation system is nothing but construction of the canals, reservoirs or pipe system. All these things are the irrigation system. We are going to plan in the correct way. So then only the irrigation system is successful. When the irrigation system is successful, whenever through that irrigation system the agriculture will be developed more efficiency, then only the irrigation system will be developed. What is drainage system? Drainage system is nothing but ditches, construction of the ditches, like that system. Through that ditches only the excess water will be removed. So whenever the excess water is not there, then only the root system will be developed in efficiency. So this is the irrigation and drainage system. So this is the irrigation and drainage system. Through by irrigation, whenever the agriculture irrigation system and drainage system will be successful, means two through two systems only, proper construction, proper maintenance, proper operation will be in correct way, then only the agriculture field will be grown in a efficiency way. That is nothing but irrigation and drainage systems. So these are the topics I am going to cover in this lecture, in the introduction chapter. So what is that is introduction, available water resources in India and its present utilization. So in India, what are the available water system is present in India, and what is its present utilization. Next, how this system is developed, that is development through the 5-year plan. So what are the roles of various commissions on irrigation and agricultural field. So what are the development, what are the commissions have taken the initiative to develop this irrigation system and drainage system. So these are the some of the plans and some of the various commissions to develop the irrigation plans and develop the nation. So this is the already I have discussed about the irrigation and the drainage system. Irrigation and drainage systems are essential component for the agriculture water management. So how we are going to manage the water to the agriculture field, whenever when how much water is required to the agriculture field, in which period, in which season. So this information we have to analyze. So in example, in one particular area, in agriculture field, harvesting system, growing system, and harvesting sowing system is there. So what is the sowing system, what is growing system, and what is harvesting? That is, growing means flowering system. So harvesting system, sowing means whenever the seeds is adding to the adding in the soil, that in that period is nothing but sowing system. That is starting of the agriculture field. In between agriculture, whenever we are after completing that crops, so starting of the crops, we are going to add the seeds. That system in that period, is nothing but sowing system. When after completing the total crop period, we are going to remove the wheat or jowar. That removing of the crops, that period is nothing but harvesting system. In between the harvesting and sowing system, that period is nothing but flowering system. So whenever the water is required in sowing system, in flowering system, and next harvesting system, according to that crops also the water is required. Wheat, jowar, sugar, and tobacco. So different crops require different water. So water quantity. So for that information we have to know. Before managing the water, before the water management, we have to analyze. So this water, in which way the water will be flowing in that area, what are the areas will be covered when the water is released from the reservoir or dam. In that area, which type of crops are growing, which what are the conditions are there. So we have to analyze. According to that only the water will be managed. So water system totally managed according to this system, agriculture system only. So already I have discussed the irrigation. Irrigation ensures that the crops receive the adequate water during the dry periods. Dry periods means whenever the natural rains are there in the year, then only this irrigation is required. So while drainage is removing the excess water from the field, preventing the waterlogging, and maintenance of the soil health. Whenever the soil health system is good, then also in soils so many minerals are there. So according to that type of the crops, according to the what are the minerals are present in the soil, we have to match, and we have to uh, select the type of crop to grow in the land. So, and we have to maintain the soil health also. The good health means the soil system will be very in a good condition to grow up the agricultural field. So when they together, that is together means here irrigation and drainage system, whenever together they improve the crop yield. So that is artificial supply of water is needed. Artificial, whenever the water is needed, through water artificial the water supply to the agriculture field, and that water is not to be stagnation on the soil. So when these two things are successfully maintained in the agriculture field, then they can improve the crop yields, and enhance the soil fertility and ensure the suitable sustainable agriculture productivity. The agriculture productivity also is in high quantity. So this is the introduction to the irrigation and drainage system. So irrigation already artificial supply of water to the soil for raising of the crops. A crop requires a certain amount of water to the some interval throughout a period of the growth. That is period of the growth means in the sowing or flowering system or harvesting system, whenever the water is required in the for the different crops, some crops is required in the sowing period, some crops is required for the flowering system in the flowering period, and some uh, in some crops required in the harvesting system. So according to that conditions only the water will be supplied to the agricultural field. So if the water required to if the water requirement of the crops is met to the natural rainwater during the growth period, there is no need of the agriculture field. Whenever the agriculture field is developed with rains only, then this irrigation system is not required for the agriculture field. So but according to our situations, the rains is not continuously occurred in the throughout year. So according to that condition only, the irrigation system is developed to development of the agricultural field. So this is the availability of water in this is nothing but throughout the world. So what is the water status in that is status in the world global system? So in the global system, this is the 100, whenever this is the 100% water is there in the global system, that is in earth, in that 100%, 96.5% through oceans only. Oceans is nothing but in the oceans the total water is having a salinity. This salinity of water is not applicable for the agricultural field, any type of uses. So this water is not used for any type of any purposes. So if this water is utilized for the agriculture field, the agriculture will the field will be damaged, the crops will be damaged, and soil growth system also very poor. This salinity water is present in the agriculture field. So this is the very bad system, that is not a good water for the not it is not good water for the agricultural field. Only fresh water is a necessity for the agriculture or agricultural purpose. So fresh water in the earth only 2.5% is there. So with this 2.5% only, total our utilization is used in agriculture field or domestic field or industrial. So anything, this 2.5% only using the throughout earth. So whenever this 2.5% is become 100%, so in which resources this fresh water is coming? So through glaciers and ice caps is getting the 68% of 68.75%, and groundwater through groundwater 30.1%, and remaining surface and other fresh water is 1.2%. So this is the status of the water. This is fresh water, this is totally fresh water. So from this 2.5% only, this 2.5% becomes 100%. Then the glaciers and ice caps only 68% of water is, that is almost 70% of water is coming in through groundwater, 30%. Remaining on the surface water 1.2%. In olden days, only we are depending on the surface water only, that is rivers, and through that rivers only we are drinking, and that water only we are utilizing for the different purposes. But present in situation, the surface water is almost negligible, that is through population is increased, according to population only the water is supplied. So through that only, through that demand and supply is imbalanced, so we are going to dependent on the groundwater. Now present situation, almost for all purposes the groundwater is utilizing. So for that purpose only these drastical will be changes. So this surface and other fresh water is again the we are going to consider the 100%. So through ground ice and this 70% of water is coming through lakes, 20% that is 21% is coming through atmosphere, 3%, and leaving things 0.2, and rivers 0.49%. This is the almost the graphical representations of the water system through globally. This is surface water and other fresh water. This is the fresh water and this is the total globe water. What is this water resources in India? So this is a global system. Global. This is a total earth. Total earth. According to India, what happens coming to India? So coming to India, the oceans, through oceans 96.5%, and through saline water is present 0.9%, fresh water only 2.5%. So in through 2.5% the fresh water, so through surface water is 1.2%, groundwater is 30%, and almost glaciers. So that is in our India, the northern side it represents is totally Himalayas. Whenever the atmosphere, the temperature is high, this the Himalayas, that is glaciers, ice caps will be melted. Through that melt, it will be flow runoff will be occurred on the surface. This runoff water will be merged in the rivers, that is Ganga, Brahmaputra, in that rivers. So precipitation, that is precipitation is nothing but rains. Through precipitation, we are going to receive 4,000 billion cubic meters. So water resources potential 18669 BCM, and utilization of water resources 1123 BCM, and groundwater 433, surface water 690 BCM. So through how the water will be distributed and in the India. So for irrigation system, that in total 100% of water, the irrigation purpose only 78, almost 80% of water is utilizing through the for the irrigation purpose only. For the domestic purpose 6%, for industrial purpose 5%, power for the power generation 3%, and livestock 1%, and other 7%. So almost from this graph we are going to analyze that total the irrigation system only utilizing the 78% in India. So whenever the irrigation system is maintained in correct way, in correct balance, then only the nation will be developed. So every crop will be developed in the efficiency way. So according to that only the government is initiated and focused mainly on the irrigation system. Next. So what is the condition this graph is mentioning? So that is per capita supply of water and population. So blue line is represent the population and per capita of water supply. So the supply of water is decreasing year by year. So when this graph is observed clearly, so in 1951 totally 1.36367,168 water supply is supplying, that is gallons per year. This is gallons per year of water supply for 1951. So whenever 1955 it is almost decreased. So in 1991, see, almost the water supply is decreasing year by year, because year by year the population is increasing. So according to Indian code or in any code, for every people water is needed. According to the population only, the water supply is water how to supply the water. So per person daily 128 to 130 liters per day. This much of quantity of water supply is supplied to, this is the standard code to the supply of water to the population. So but population is daily increasing, but we are not developing any water resources, that is any reservoir, any dam or any type of storage system. So whenever we are going to develop this system, that is reservoir, dams or any storages system, then we can supply the irrigation, that is supply of water. So but this system is failuring, we are not developing anything. So but daily day to day the population is decreasing, we have to balance, we have to supply the water for every person, but this point will be decreasing by daily basis. So for that purpose only we have to save the water. So whenever we save the water, this say one drop of water, this is your future to our generation. This utilization, this one drop utilization only uses for our future generation. In future generation, whenever the water is not there, the living things almost dead. So the water is very crucial in our country. So for any type of purposes we are going to analyze or observe. So without water we cannot withstand any type of item, either living things, either animals, either human beings, either crops, either industries. Without water we cannot live. So all system will be collapsed. So so this is some awareness to the people. This World Water Day we are going to celebrate on day March 22nd on every year. So this system is started in 1993. So what is the purpose of the what is the speciality of this day? Because the water scarcity is increasing day by day. So we are going to get some awareness to the people or public about the water by for that only. So this is the special day to celebrate in the world. Okay, so World Water Day held on the March 22 every year since 1993. Focus on the importance of the fresh water. How much importance to the is fresh water is there? Fresh water is nothing but that is no salinity content in the water supply. So World Water Day celebrates the water and raises the awareness of the 2.2 billions people living without access to the safe water. It is about taking the action after tackle the global water crisis. Global water crisis నుంచి to getting some awareness on the global water crisis. This is the very initiative, and this is the special day to celebrate the Water World Day. This is some awareness program, we are going to conducting some awareness program to the public. So what is the status of the fresh water, what is the importance of the fresh water, what is the how we are going to save the water? This is the very important points to get the awareness to the people. So uh, in so India water scarcity challenges. What are the challenges we are facing in India about the water scarcity? So India, the world largest groundwater using. So mainly we are already have discussed in the first side. So already the surface water is nullified in present situation. Almost for every purpose we are depending on the groundwater only for curing for construction purpose, for the drinking purpose, for the agriculture purpose, for every type of purpose we are depended on the groundwater only. So it is seeing the level declining across country, with farmers in Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan facing the prospect of having no groundwater left in India for the irrigation by 2025. Last in the in last 2000 last year 2025, Rajasthan, Punjab and Haryana are faced so much problem about the groundwater. They do not have even the groundwater facility also. Surface water almost nullified and groundwater also totally zero. So these are the problems are faced. These are the very critical challenges are faced by India. So we look into the graph. So in Punjab, Haryana, see this red box is extremely high. So this is the yellow is blue. Yellow color is nothing but moderate scarcity of problem, and remaining almost the water is available. But in future, this will be becomes as a red without getting any information, any awareness on this one. So get awareness and share the information for the not educated people. So 90% of in India, 90% of water is utilizing 100 for the irrigation is 178%. This become 100%. In that 100%, 90% of water is utilizing for the rice, wheat areas irrigated only. So 230 billion cubic meters of that is groundwater used for the irrigation each year. For each year, the India is using 230 billion cubic meters of water is utilizing for every year. That is only groundwater only here, discussing only groundwater. So how much importance is groundwater? How much we are depending on the groundwater? See, with this image only we can identify, we can analyze. So how much percentage, how much dependable is there in on the groundwater? So this is what is this graph is mentioned that so in this is blue is nothing but supply of water, red is nothing but demand of water. So supply of water is 650 bcm, and in 2008 demand is 634. It is almost very high. Very high means that is almost high. But present in situation, this is a future analysis. What happens if in 2030 it will, whenever the we are going to take serious problem on this one, serious issue, the situation will be comes under this condition. So supply is 744, but demand is how much is there? Almost double. Almost double. See, more than double. Those if is it happens in the future. So if it will not take a serious issue in our country. So by this irrigation development or drainage system, after independence, some of the plans have taken or initiated by the India. What are the background of the 5-year plan in India? So the 5-year plan in India were introduced after the independence to provide the systematic planned approach for the natural development, especially in agriculture, irrigation, industry and infrastructure. So what is the main initiative of the 5-year plan? So these 5-year plans are very important for the different exams also, government exams. That is SSC, JEE, SSC, JEE. So almost state government jobs. So AE, assistant engineer, state government. So these are the very important on the 5-year plan system. What happens? What is the important of the every 5-year plan? So these all the questions is raised in these exams. So the 5-year plan was introduced for what purpose? To provide the systematic planned approach for the national development, especially in agricultural, irrigation, industry and infrastructure. Whenever these development is occurred in nation, that is nothing but developed nation. So there is a background is based on the economic instability, food shortages and need for the organizing development. Whenever this 5-year plan is started, some data is collected from the different places. What happens in the previous, what is the main purpose to start the 5-year plan, what how to improve in the future. This is the very initiative program taken by the India. So what happens, the data before the started this 5-year plan, what are the data is collected. Whenever the 5-year plan is started, this data is collected. What are the what are the economic challenges have taken, what are the economic challenges is facing the post India independence for our India. This will be analysis in the year of 1947 to 1950 year. So after independence, India is faced a low low agriculture productivity. So very low agriculture productivity is facing. So whenever this 5-year plan is started in 1947, started and analysis, what are the improvement how to taken, how to take. So before to take, what are the drawbacks is there. When we are analyzing the drawbacks, these are the points has raised. What are the post independence economic challenges are there is low agriculture productivity, food shortages are there, frequent droughts are there, poor irrigation system is present in India, and drainage systems are there, poor drainage systems are there, flood causing damages are there, and very limited industrial growths are there, high poverty and unemployments are there, high unemployment also very high, and these urgent issues are required to plan the development. So first they have taken some points. First of all, we have to develop the agriculture field. Next, we have to increase the food to the public and industry. By this only the nation will be developed and economy also will be developed. So and through allied from this means flood causing also very serious issue also, and industrial growth is also very low, and poverty unemployment also very low. So we have to develop these things. So this is inspired by the USSR. So what is USSR? United Soviet Social Resources. So Soviet means social. So India is adopted similar. What is a priority taken for the India? But first is agriculture irrigation system is has to develop. Whenever the irrigation system is developed, the agriculture system will be developed. The power system also have to develop. We are not depend upon the other countries. We have to produce our own power only. That is another one. And industry also we have to develop, and transport system. Yeah, these are the points have taken the initiative from the Russia. This is taken from the Russia Republic country. Okay. What is the formation of the planning commission? So planning commission, that is a that 5-year plan for, that is 5-year plan development. Some commissions has developed in 1950. The formation of the planning commission is there. In 1950, India is established the planning commission. What is its main role, what is the main intention to establish the planning commission is access the natural resources access is there. So allocate the funds, what are the funds is required and how much funds is required for the different purposes, and prepare the 5-year plans, and monitor the progress. By these points only, the intention of establishing the planning commission department. So priority of the agriculture and irrigation. So because India was the agrarian economy, irrigation was backbone of agriculture. Irrigation, because what already I have discussed what how much importance is there for the irrigation. So that only I am going to discussing about the background of the backbone of the agriculture. Only 17% of the agricultural lands was irrigated in 1950. In 1950, according to the data, when we are starting the 5-year plan, so what is the background information means? In 1950, only 17% of the agriculture is developed. So we have to improve 70 into almost 80 or 90. That is the our intention to this 5-year plan. This is the and planning commission. So frequent floods, we have to stop the frequent floods, and droughts affected by the food production, we have to decrease this one. And poor drainage caused by the salinity and waterlogging. Already have discussed what is the drainage. That is removing the excess water. Whenever the water stagnation is present in the field, we cannot develop the agricultural field. So for that only, in 1950, before 1950, this is the very high. And so irrigation and drainage is got very high priority in the plans. In whenever we are going to start the plans, the first priority is the irrigation and drainage. Only the first priority I have taken the initiative as a in the planning commission department. So need for the food security. India depended heavily on the food imports, and this country needed to become the self-sufficient in food grains, and irrigation development becomes essential to support the green revolution. Need for the economic stability and growth, to uplift the national poverty, that is income, to increase the employment, to create the large infrastructure, that is dams, canals, power system and reservoirs or canals, pipelines, all these systems. Next, to use of the national resources effectively. So development through the 5-year plan means India first 5-year plan was were national development started in 1950. From 1947 only the 5-year plan is established, but in 1947 to 1950 they gathered information what are the backdrops are there. So how we are going to develop for development, what are the main objectives we have to consider. So this information is gathered and analysis and fund released from these 3 years. After the total planned, the 5-year plan is started 1950. They played the major role to the 5-year plan is taken a major role on main objectives is irrigation, drainage, flood control and agriculture productivity. All these 4 objectives, main 4 objectives only this 5-year plan has developing. Each plan has focused on expanding the water resources infrastructure to support the rural water development in the food security. In every plan they have implementing each and every point and each and every development on each and every objective. In the first 5-year plan 1951 to 56, in 1951 to that is the first 5-year plan. In this first 5-year plan the government has taken the main priority on agriculture and irrigation, that is irrigation and drainage system. Sorry, that is irrigation system. Irrigation is not a drainage, that is irrigation. That is the main priority in the first 5-year plan. So focus for what are the works has taken the first 5-year plan focus on repairing the existing irrigation system. Already in the post independence, some irrigation systems are exhibited, but they do not have proper implementation, proper development are there. So already established, they are repaired, they are mm, the government has taken some existing repair works on the existing irrigation system. Okay, and construction of major multi projects. Already past irrigation systems are there, that irrigation systems has developed, and there is some repairs are there, they are repaired and utilization, and also they started some major projects also in our first 5-year plan. What are the improvements has taken the government? Bakranangal, Hirakud, Damodar Valley, Mettur improvements has taken in the first 5-year plan. Development of irrigation, canal irrigation and embankments of flood control. After that, the second 5-year plan has 1956 to 1961. So what is the priority has taken in the second 5-year plan means industry, but irrigation is still improvement, but still irrigation is improvement. So continued work on the multi-purpose river valley projects, expansion of tube wells, lift irrigation and minor projects, minor irrigation schemes. These have the priorities has taken in the second 5-year plan. So in the next class, I am going to discuss about the next what are the plans has taken, what are the priorities has taken. Thank you. Thank you everyone.